Tomorrow marks 2 years since the deadly Surfside condominium collapse. 98 people killed when the Champlain Towers South fell in the middle of the night. The exact cause still under investigation, but last week federal investigators found that the swimming pool deck failed to comply with original building codes and standards. And there's concern that its weakness helped contribute to the catastrophic chain of events. There were many areas of severe strength deficiency, according to investigators, and tonight we're taking a look at what's changed in the world of construction in the 2 years since the collapse. WPTV's Victor Jorge reports.
There are now provisions in the Florida Building Code which is going to be implemented December 31st of this year, although they went into effect, I think, June of last year.
So what does that mean? Palm Beach County's building official, Doug Wise, has been in the world of building safety for 30 years. He says after the collapse, the statewide code for tall buildings is being amended to focus more on monitoring and making sure maintenance is taking place the right way and at the right time.
Particularly, they focused in this case on condos and POAs to make sure the money was there and the reserves are being set aside.
He says the new legislation also takes a closer look at what's called SIRS, or Structural Integrity Review Studies.
Would you say there's a direct line between what happened in Surfside and this new provision?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, what happened in Surfside should not have happened. I mean, clearly there were warning signs. It's unclear to me at this point whether this is the fix. I mean, only time will tell, but we're doing the best we can with it.
Wise says the legislation is a good first step, but it does have some downfalls.
They're only focusing on condos, and I think the same risks are inherent in other buildings.
So what has changed here in Palm Beach County?
As far as code, we're just trying to keep up with the changes that are being implemented in the code and stay current. And that can be a daunting challenge. You know, it's not, the code is, I mean, you look over here, how many volumes there are in the code, and they're changing.
Mayor of West Palm Beach, Keith James, also touched on this, saying safety is a crucial part in the business of construction and building design. He says there's been a shift since the tragedy in 2021.
I think there's a lot more attention to building design and the permitting process to make sure that we don't have a repeat of that.
Meantime, Wise says just because something is written in the code, it's not the solution. He says the implementation of that code is what matters.
Nobody should take for granted that the code will protect you or that it's foolproof. Nothing is foolproof. It is diligent people doing their job, you know, doing it diligently and being given the funding and the resources to do it with.
In West Palm Beach, Victor Jorge, WPTV News Channel 5.